General CPU? Yes? Why did you declare war on the natives? Because they asked for map information. Why the hell would they want map information for their own lands? I spent many years on this map. It shows much. Not only does it display vital information, but it also shows my artistry. It is worth much. Much, 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 much. So, where's the map? Where do you want it? Okay, you fought with me for many years. I guess you deserve a glance. Here, take a look. Oh dear lord. Oh, I know. I've been thinking of changing my name to General Picasso. Hookers? What are you, gay? Assemble the men. We have mohawks to shave. Hello and welcome, this is Synoptic and I'm doing commentary on a 2 vs 2 clan match between TLG and Arcani. This battle is round 1 of a tournament set by the Warriors of Crom, WOC. The map is Bavaria, although in the rules they had a set map, although we couldn't get to it due to errors, so we chose Bavaria. I'm playing as Great Britain, Blancas is playing as Spain, Aquila is playing as Prussia, and Ranger is playing as the Dutch. As you can see already with the placement, you can see the settings. It's medium cache, medium unit size. Me and Blancas have very little experience in these settings, and it makes for a very different game. As you can see, I've taken the middle. Blancas is going to take the far right. They're already adapting to this. So the Dutch is going to go at Blancas, and Prussia is going to come at me. Although we're going to see something in their tactics, a slight change. Here's some pretty standard exchange fire. Both of their armies have less long range than us, although they have more line. And there's very small things which can be extrapolated from this, because with the small unit sizes you can't really throw anything away. One small mistake can ruin everything. As you can see, the Dutch have brought up the light dragoons, and Blancas is already taking the initiative and he's charging them. A lot of people think light dragoons are overpowered. They are not. If you come into contact, they'll just die on the spot. So here we have a cuirassier charge by Blancas. Now, the Dutch know, Ranger already knows this, and he's countering with a guard to court charge. So the cuirassier is disrupting the line infantry, and my battle's about to begin. So they're both allocating their army to gang up on Blancas. Now this is very similar to a tactic me and Blancas have already done in a previous video, more specifically against the SW clan, I believe. And there's a major concern about it. If your opponents attack you before you're ready, this is what happens. So I've already shot at this lifeguard unit. It's the main elite infantry of my opponent, Aquila, and I've already charged it. So I've rendered them practically useless before they've even started attacking. So as you can see, there's a lot of cavalry now with such a small unit size. The crap really does hit the fan very quickly. There's an attempted charge by the Dutch at the center of me and Blancas' army. Blancas had set up a carabiner buffer. At this point I've sent up my horse artillery. Me and Blancas are both using artillery in this battle. We've done it before, but we have not made a video on it yet. So we use the horse artillery specifically for canister shot. We leave it hidden until we're ready to reveal it. And what usually happens is the opponents kind of freak out. They don't know how to react to it, so they fasten their attack. As you can see, this battle does not last very long. And the funny thing about canister shot is it doesn't need a clear view. It kind of rides above the land and still hits its enemy. Now as you can see here, all my opponent's long range is on the far flank, and it's protected by cavalry, so there's a disincentive for that. Although I did not attack the long range, I attacked the line infantry straight up. As you can see, the second hussars are coming alive, seeing my dragoons. I'm attempting to go to the flanks and rear. Now here is my Ferguson rifle. I bought this due to excessive cash, and they're not that good anymore anyway. You can only use 2. Another rule of this tournament was maximum 4 units, which makes the Dutch quite powerful. Considering how there's a cap on Swiss infantry, you can use 4. So with the maximum 4 unit cap, it takes full advantage over these quite powerful units. So I've made pretty much triple line against this cavalry assault. I got my own cavalry attempting disruption. Now, when the heat starts coming on, micro mistakes can be made. My opponent, Aquila, has left his second hussars out. That's a very excited second hussar. He's left him out idle for a couple of seconds, I charge them with my heavy cav, and they have absolutely no chance. They have no defense, those guys. Second Hussars, very big charge, useless when they're standing still. So there's a carabiner charge from Blancas, so we're both disrupting Prussia. The Dutch has been quite heavily hit, although Blancas has copped some losses as well, mostly because of these Swiss infantry. You can just run straight at your opponent and still win with Swiss infantry due to their fast reload and accuracy. And I'm finally getting some results. Because of this stretched formation, my entire line is kind of in pieces, so I have to really try and reallocate. And there's a lot of cavalry still alive, you can see there, the second Hussar. And I think at this point Blancas has brought up his canister shot. So theoretically we brought up both of our horse artillery to the center of the map to split our opponents apart, but when they keep trying to reallocate together, that makes it quite difficult. This is also the second battle we had against them. I'm posting this one because it was much shorter. The second one went for very long, and I'm quite reluctant to post another long one. And here's where there's some anomalies. I believe this took place in 1.3, and there's been 2 patches since then. So some things happen which in the actual game didn't. That walking line infantry was actually routing, which is why it's walking, but it's not going to go just yet. And there's not much line infantry left, or enemy at all, at this point, because of a couple of very small attacks. So as I said before, it doesn't take much for these battles to end on these settings. A couple of mistakes and it's over. We saw Blancas' attack on the light dragoons that pushed him away. Now, you could chase the light dragoons, although that wouldn't be a big payoff. So he just went straight for the line, disrupted his entire left, while maintained fire. And my attack was mounted with an attack on their lifeguard with my light dragoon. And now these units are just being flanked. So Blancas had used his Cazador here for mostly meat shield purposes, while he could send up his more important line, ones which you really have to take care of. And you really have to take care of your units in these settings. A couple of volleys and your line infantry will no longer be able to make a square, making them very vulnerable to cavalry. And here's the end here. So good game to Aquila and Ranger. Thanks for watching.